Imagine you're working in a high-stakes sales job. You're making hundreds of calls each week. You have a list of maybe 10,000 leads, and you're exhausted, constantly chasing leads, and you feel stuck. Then one day, a wise person, a mentor, walks in and say, there's just a small category of people, maybe 200 out of 1,000 leads, and they are driving 80% of your sales and revenue. Out of a big list of 1,000 people, there are only 200 people which are driving 80% of your sales and revenue, and rest 800 are driving just 20% of the revenue. With this new information, do you think your way of working would change? Will you be able to achieve much more productive output with much lesser effort just by tuning your focus? And this is the power of 80-20 rule, or the Pareto Principle. In 1896, an Italian economist called Vilfredo Pareto observed this pattern. He noticed that 80% of Italy's land was owned by 20% of the population, and this ratio of 80-20 has since been observed in businesses, in time management, in virtually every aspect of life. It's time to stop for a moment and reflect to what if most of what you are doing is not moving the needle, is not adding tremendous value to the organization? What if only a few actions of yours is creating the most impact in the organization you're working for? With a very open mind, you need to think in your organization, 20% of your task, which 20% of your tasks are bringing the most value back to the organization? In your personal growth, think of 20% of your habits that contribute to the vast majority of your progress. And then ask even harder question to yourself, that are you focusing on the 20% that really matters? Or are you drowning in the 80% that barely moves the needle? Steve Jobs' Apple did not try to dominate every segment. Instead, they focused on a small set of products: iPhone, iPad, Mac. Apple did not invent everything in God's green earth, but they poured their energy into a few high leverage areas. And as a result, they are one of the most profitable companies in God's green earth. This is the power of focusing on fewer, better things. It's easy to think that success comes from doing more. But here's the truth. It often comes from doing less, but better. You are not here to be busy. You are here to be productive. You are here to achieve great results for your organization with intentional, focused action. Success is a result of small, smart choices repeated consistently. If you want to multiply your results, the first step is to identify where the 80% of waste is in your day-to-day activities. Focus is not about saying yes, focus is about saying no. The 80-20 rule isn't just about identifying the 20% of actions that bring the results. It is also about having the discipline to cut the 80% that are just distraction. In James Clear's Atomic Habits, he describes how eliminating small, non-essential habits frees up time and energy for critical few that makes the biggest impact. As an action item for this lesson, audit your activities. Take a hard look at your day. Which 20% of your action leads to 80% of the result? Start by identifying these high-impact tasks and double down on them. Cut out or eliminate the 80% that are simply time fillers. Whether they are unnecessary meetings, unnecessary distraction, unnecessarily reading Slack again and again. Cut out the things that looks urgent, but they don't contribute anything to your and your organization's goals. Choose to become a master of focus. If you can master this, you'll be ahead of 97% of the people. Most people are busy, but only a few people are productive. So I leave you with this challenge. Will you focus on the few things that matter, or will you let the trivial many steal your time and potential? Make today the day you start living by the 80-20 rule. Focus on what truly matters and watch your life and productivity change dramatically.